close to the kickoff of the Mustang Chief, following Peyton's upcoming decision on Vance Joseph. Denver. It can't be easy for George Paton to consider firing Vic Fangio when Fangio was part of the general manager search committee that hired him. There were 5 highly qualified candidates interviewing for the Broncos GM position about this time last year, and Fangio. Let it be known Paton was his preferred choice. Fangio's influence obviously didn't hurt. During his 14-year term as the top football personnel assistant for the Minnesota Vikings, Peyton had other GM opportunities he turned down. One reason why he finally made the leap to Denver's big chair was Fangio's place as head coach. Yet, Fangio's fate Peyton has been forced to consider. Sources tell 9 News that Peyton, a deliberate, methodical and collaborative decision-maker, has met with Fangio to discuss the coach's ideas on how to change things for 2022, and what to keeping on. It wasn't a grand summit or anything, but a conversation. Sources also say Peyton has met with Broncos outgoing CEO Joe Ellis and football operations consultant John Elway, who held the GM position for 10 years until deciding to accept the less stressful role he has now. Fangio has not shied from admitting he understands his job status is a talk of widespread conversation, but he's not conceding. Sources tell 9 News he and his coaching staff have put full attention on beating the Chiefs this week, as they do every week with every opponent, with nary a word about whether this may be their last game together. Bottom line results are working against Fangio. The Broncos went 7-9, 5-11 and, entering the final game of the 2021 season today against the heavily favored Kansas City Chiefs, 7-9 in his 3 years as head coach. Vance Joseph got 2 losing seasons as head coach before he was fired. Fangio should get a 4th season after 3 losing records? Maybe not likely, but maybe. There are extenuating circumstances that could help save Fangio's job through the 4th and final season of his contract. That Peyton, a decent man with a conscience even if a ruthless competitive streak does occasionally rear itself, got the GM job at least partially from Fangio's influence could be one. A bigger factor, though, is Peyton and Fangio have developed a strong working relationship through their first season together. Peyton is a football personnel lifer who loves the grind. Fangio, a football coaching lifer who shares a similar work ethic, is Peyton's kind of guy. Peyton is often the first employee to arrive at Broncos headquarters each day. Fangio is often the last to leave. Related, Broncos have allowed NFL worst 5 special teams TDs in Fangio's 3 years. Credit. AP Denver Broncos general manager George Paton watches over his players during a joint NFL football practice with the Minnesota Vikings on Wednesday, August 11, 2021, in Eagan, Minnesota. Related, from piano to chess to inside linebacker, Broncos Jonas Griffith a well-rounded individual. The process of building a winner is there. A strong defense built by Fangio over the past 3 seasons is there. Maybe if Fangio stays, but several of his assistant coaches are replaced. Offensive coordinator Pat Shurmur and special teams coordinator Tom McMahon have been the primary subjects of Broncos country's discontent, and the team somehow, someway acquires a top 10 caliber veteran quarterback in the offseason, the Broncos would be better off. That's one option. Peyton also hasn't endured 6 years of futility with the Broncos, as have nearly all the team's fans and media. He's only been here for 1 losing season, and progress was evident at various times through the season. They whipped 3 cupcakes to start the season 3-0, then entered the meat of their schedule. Came out of it 3-4. The team was 5-4 going into a home game against the Eagles. Got run over. The Broncos were 6-5 going into Kansas City. Lost by plenty. They were 7-6 going into a home game against the Bengals. Lost a tough one after they fumbled away a goal-to-go opportunity late. All games matter in an NFL season, but losing the games that really mattered may tilt Peyton toward the other option. Starting over with a new head coach, who would then have major input on the assistant coaches he wants to bring in and keep. Fangio coached up some nice upset wins at Dallas and home against the Chargers. But if he stays, can he win games that would put the Broncos into serious playoff contention, much less the postseason? Peyton figures to sleep on it tonight regardless of the outcome of today's game against the Chiefs. He figures to talk with Ellis in the morning, maybe Elway, too. A decision could come Sunday morning. Although Peyton may even take all of Sunday to consider and then make up his mind by Monday morning. Can't any longer than Monday. If a change is made, it will be time to jump on setting up head coach interviews. The widespread belief among NFL fans, media and agents outside Broncos headquarters is Peyton will change his head coach. But that belief is not based on conversations with the man Fangio helped hire a year ago. Broncos podcast. Cliff's mic drop Denver Broncos headlines, game previews and interviews with our 9 News insider Mike Cliff. How to listen. Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Play, Podbean. Top stories curated daily just for you. Sign up for the 9 newsletter to get can't miss stories, next and Broncos content, weather and more delivered right to your inbox. Suggested videos, sport. More ways to get 9 News. Subscribe to our daily 9 newsletter. Download the 9 News app iTunes. /on 9news.tv/iTunes Google Play. /on 9news.tv/1LWNC5N. How to add the 9 News app to your streaming device Roku, Add the channel from the Roku store or by searching for Kusa. For both Apple TV and Fire TV, search for 9 News to find the free app to add to your account. Another option for Fire TV is to have the app delivered directly to your Fire TV through Amazon.